Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to replace the AC compressor on a 2012 Subaru Forester. This process is the same for all Subarus with FB25 and FB20 engines. Let's get started. Okay, this is what you'll need, and obviously the compressor, and when you're ordering this, especially for the Forester that came both with the FB25 and the EJ25, make sure that you're getting the one that has 4 mounting blocks, because I ordered the wrong one and it was a pain in the butt to get it exchanged. And then some PAG 100 oil, two 12-ounce cans of refrigerant, a new Serpentine belt, because Subaru says it's a stretch fit, so once it's on, pretty much if you take it off, you have to get a new one. And just some basic sockets. All right, first thing we're gonna wanna remove is this air intake. There's just these 2 little clips, but mine are pretty loose, so I can just push it back and pull it out. Next, we'll remove the Serpentine cover. Next, we'll remove the mount for that cover. Next, we'll remove the Serpentine belt. Next, we'll remove the electrical connections on the alternator. Make sure your battery's disconnected. We'll remove that clip and then the connector for the AC clutch. Next, we'll remove this little brace on the alternator. This, you don't have to remove it completely, just get it out of your way so you can pull up the AC compressor. All right, before you do the next step, make sure that your AC system has been discharged professionally so that you're not releasing it into the atmosphere. We can now remove the AC hoses. Now all that's left is to remove these 3 12mm bolts. After looking at the replacement AC compressor, I realized that this bracket is not included, so I'll go ahead and remove that now. I guess I could have removed it whenever. Alright, to remove this connector, you'll have to press the 2 sides of this clip together and pull it out. Okay, now we can install these 3 bolts, remembering that this has to go in with that bolt. Now you can go ahead and install this. Before you tighten this down completely, make sure to tighten this bolt. Now we can go ahead and install the bracket. Make sure to transplant the clip from the other connector to the new one. All right, now we can install the AC lines. Now, before you go ahead and install it, remove the old O-ring without scratching the aluminum, and then install your new O-ring. And your compressor should come with the O-rings. And just give it a little wipe down before putting it in. Make sure you're not getting any foreign particles in there. Now, before we install the low pressure side, we'll pull the cover off and fill it with oil. You'll have to make sure and see what the directions with your compressor say. This one came with 3 ounces in it, and the system needs 6 ounces, so I'm going to put about half of this in there. Once you have oil in the system, let's go ahead and change this O-ring. and then put it in place. Now we can go ahead and reconnect the electrical stuff. Once this is in, you can reconnect your battery. Now we can install the little bracket. Now we can install the serpentine. And before you start the engine or really move on from this step, give a good look at your serpentine and make sure it's sitting all the way on all the pulleys. The Subaru belts aren't that cheap and it would not be very fun to throw it on, start the car and shred the belt. Next we'll install the serpentine cover. And lastly we'll install the intake. Now we're ready to fill the system. Now we're ready to fill up the system. It's important to know when you're filling it up, you need to get at least a can of this in the car before you turn it on and try to run the AC, because otherwise the pressure is going to be too low and it's not going to kick the clutch on. Also, it's very important to wear goggles and gloves when you're handling this stuff. If you get it in your eye, you will permanently go blind, and if you get it on your hands, you can get frostbite. Okay, once you've finished adding your refrigerant, I put in about 17 ounces. Like I said, the car takes between 16 and 19. You're all done. I'll put the little cap back on. And it's good to go. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a good one. Thank you.